What's up, collectors? Today I'm bringing you another haul lot, and this time it's going to be a couple bags of weapons and armor pieces that I won on eBay. To get things started, let's start with some of the things that aren't in some of the bags. This is all the same lot actually, even though it's in 3 separate bags. It's kind of organized already. Over here we have 2 of the Spartan laser crates. So they don't have the orange yellow stripe that would have been on the Warthog Resistance pack. And they're already empty, so I already checked. But those are a nice addition because they're kind of rare. And they're also useful for mocks or displays. And over here we have 4 fusion coils. So we have 4 gray ones and 1 darker one. So this one's like a black. And then here we have all the gray ones. So they're just nice scenery, of course, to add to something. And they've come in tons of sets, so it's not really worth guessing what they came from. And then we'll get started with the bags. First we'll show off some of the armor. This was all Spartan armor in this bag, and it's an interesting group. It looks like whoever was selling this lot had a lot of the Spartan customizer packs. There was the one with the one green Spartan and the one red Spartan. So here you see we have the Oceanic head. But I also think there's parts of Fireteam Venom in here, which was that lime green Fireteam. They match to this kind of color a lot. And as you can see, it's just a mess of parts. But also, I think there's some Infection ones here. So we have the orange Commando helmet, like Carter, which is a nice extra piece to have, although I don't have a body for it right now. But maybe it'd be useful for customs. So we'll get it to focus on it. Definitely one of the better extra parts here. We have some blue parts too from the JFO that came in that drone outbreak set, which had the Jorge, which released before the Jorge from the Halo Heroes line did. And red parts, which would have gone with the green parts from that other one. So clearly this person was making customs or doing something. And I got a bunch of extra parts, which is good because I like to complete figures. So we'll just wipe these off to the side. There's not too much to show here. But there's even forearms and the bottoms of the feet, so it's interesting. They didn't include those. The next bag is weapons, and we're going into the enemy weapons. So we have Covenant parts here and Promethean parts. So I'll just quick overview. There's a turret here, which must have come from some battle pack, I'm sure, of the 2 figure ones. And proof of that here, furthermore, is that we have the elite armor, the purple and the gray. So I've picked up these figures loose before, but I don't have that set. So here you see we have some of the extra armor options. There's a lot of good weapons in here, like we have the Promethean Incinerator. And we have like the Infection, we have a green energy sword. There's plenty of grenades, some of the rarer ones, like the Promethean orange ones. Oh. And in general, you know, it's just kind of things people, like little kids, who might lose or something. So this was probably an adult collector, you know, like having all these grenades, which is pretty lucky. We have a painted Mauler here. So that'll be a nice collection for my brutes. And, you know, in general, you can just kind of see there's a lot of things here. We have the spike grenade up there. Sorry, the camera's not focusing all the time. Still working on it. Lots of little things into view. We have some scatter shots, some light rifles, which is always good because when you get Promethean warriors in a lot of these lots, or I'm sorry, Promethean knights, you know, people will rip the weapons right off their arms. They'll come with no arm. So this will be good for completing figures, but also it's nice to always have some weapons so that you can, you know, either for your mock or like me, I like to collect figures, complete figures, and, you know, collect them. So I like to put them back with their original weapons, so I need a lot of variety in order to do that. And I'll talk a little bit more about why I do that here. So you're probably wondering how much did I pay for all these weapons? And this was a bidding war, kind of, so it ended up around $50, but I think that's reasonable, and I'll tell you why. Not only are there far more than probably 50 or even 100 weapons, but you know, when you're completing figures, people can sell figures for, say, what, $1, $2, $3 maybe, without the weapons. But once figures have their original weapons, or if they have a rare weapon, they become worth a lot more. So because in general I pay a very little per figure, it's important that sometimes I have to go through lots to buy weapons so that they're worth something. But also for, you know, displaying figures or whatever you want to do with them, it's very important to have weapons, of course, and have variety. It'd be able to create the scenes you like. So it's just nice to have a lot of extra weapons. In here, you probably see a lot of good things. For example, there's a couple trip mines, which are kind of rare. This is funny, but I can identify this Spartan laser specifically, which has the red stripe at the back. Let's see if we can get it to focus. This one is from the High Grounds set. I know because I got one of those recently used, but it was complete. So, you know, for example, this would be a very rare weapon that if you're trying to complete a figure from that set, so it's worth a little bit more, or trying to complete that set again, it'd be so hard to find. So that was a really nice addition. You know, that's something I can recognize, and I have. This is from the Tartarus battle pack. This translucent red, the gummy plasma rifle. But there's other nice things too, like a newer painted sniper rifle, of course, is always useful, and it's nice to have the bipod intact here, because a lot of times those are broken or not complete with the set. I have a translucent brute mauler here. I guess I left all the translucents in the UNSC bag. I have a machine gun. These are actually kind of useless. I feel like I get these pretty often, and you know, I don't want to have too many figures carrying the heavy weapons. What's really rare in here, I think, other than the Spartan lasers there, the two, there are a couple rocket launchers, and these are the ones I like because they look more like the in-game ones. You know, they're not flat, but they're also not the new style, which I just don't agree with. You know, the single shot ones, more the spunker ones, which I like. I think the NMPD police pack is in here because the painted sniper and then the painted grenade launcher. Those I just remember from having that set. But some of the coolest weapons I found in here were these. I think these are the Boomco based Halo Mega Bloks weapons. So, you know, Boomco is like the Nerf company, basically, that made some of the earlier Halo-style Nerf guns kind of thing. And so I think these came in Warzone Wasp, and that's a very rare set. I never saw it released or sold anywhere, and it sells for like $100 now. So just to get these cool weapons that are interesting reference to inside the community, some other things, I think that's very cool. Hopefully I get to use them for something, because I definitely don't have that figure or set. Other than that, we have like tons of frag grenades. You know, those are useful. You can do tons of things with them. We have a couple barrels for putting weapons, which came in various packs. But I don't want to keep you guys too long with this review. I just wanted to show you some of the weapons I got. I don't want to show them all off, obviously. It would take a ton of time. But just if you saw something you thought was interesting. And talk a little bit about the methodology behind buying a weapon slot like this. Here's a good SMG with the blade still on it. So this would come from a power pack from the more recent sets. Although I don't really care for Halo 5 stuff, so probably not going to use that, even if it's a cool piece. So with that, I'm going to end this video here. Just remember, you know, figures are worth more with their weapons, and it's cool to have them for display. So I definitely feel like this lot was a win here. And all the extra figure parts will help me complete some figures in my collection that are looking pretty torn apart. So with that, happy hunting, collectors. I'll see you in the next one.